Altruism-Based Comparison to Unlocking the Depths of Human Thought. This is the first audio book in the series. In this research, the author delves into a meticulous exploration of 10 philosophical paradigms, spanning altruism, Buddhism, existentialism, Epicureanism, hedonism, Hermeticism, Hinduism, Platonism, Stoicism, and Utilitarianism to explore fundamental similarities and fundamental difference of each philosophy with altruism. The exploration of these philosophies serves as a cornerstone for intellectual enrichment, nurturing critical thinking skills, fostering ethical reasoning abilities, and cultivating a deeper appreciation for the intricate complexities of the human condition. By embarking on this journey of philosophical inquiry, listeners are invited to transcend mere comprehension and embark on a transformative odyssey towards personal growth, philosophical enlightenment, and a profound appreciation for the rich tapestry of human thought that shapes our understanding of the world and our place within it. Background of 10 philosophies in consideration. 1. Altruism. Altruism, with its roots in various philosophical, religious, and ethical traditions, advocates for the pursuit of fulfillment and ethical living through selfless concern for the well-being of others. Central to altruistic philosophy are concepts such as empathy, compassion, selflessness, and universal benevolence, which inspire acts of kindness and compassion towards all individuals. Altruism transcends specific metaphysical or materialistic views of the universe, seamlessly integrating into diverse worldviews, whether religious or secular. The overarching focus lies in promoting ethical conduct and fostering well-being within communities, emphasizing interconnectedness and mutual support. While altruism does not inherently prioritize an afterlife, its primary objective is to enhance the quality of life for others in the present moment. 2. Buddhism. Buddhism, established by Siddhartha Gautama the Buddha, aims for enlightenment, nirvana, and liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth samsara by alleviating suffering. Key concepts include dukkha, inherent suffering, anicca, impermanence, and anatta, non-self. The Four Noble Truths, dukkha, samudaya, origin of suffering, nirodha, cessation of suffering, and magga, path to cessation of suffering, guide understanding and overcoming suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path, a foundational concept in Buddhism, delineates the ethical and mental principles necessary for achieving enlightenment and liberation from suffering. It comprises 8 interconnected practices: right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These components guide practitioners towards ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, fostering a harmonious existence and leading to the cessation of suffering. By cultivating virtues such as compassion, mindfulness, and ethical behavior, individuals traverse the path towards nirvana, attaining spiritual awakening and liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth. Buddhism perceives the universe as interdependent and ever-changing, influenced by karma and reincarnation, emphasizing personal responsibility for liberation through ethical conduct, meditation, and wisdom. 3. Existentialism. Existentialism, shaped by influential figures like Soren Kierkegaard, Friedrich Nietzsche, Jean-Paul Sartre, and Albert Camus, seeks to achieve genuine existence by embracing personal freedom, responsibility, and the construction of individual meaning in life. It revolves around concepts such as inherent human freedom to shape one's destiny, living authentically in accordance with personal convictions rather than societal norms, and grappling with the inherent absurdity of existence. Existentialism posits that individuals must confront life's inherent meaninglessness and forge their own purpose, emphasizing personal autonomy and accountability amidst life's uncertainties. 4. Epicureanism. Epicureanism, founded by Epicurus, advocates for the pursuit of happiness through the cultivation of pleasure, particularly focusing on mental gratification and the alleviation of physical pain. Central to this philosophy are concepts like ataraxia, denoting a state of serene calmness, and aponia, the absence of bodily discomfort deemed crucial for true contentment. Pleasure is regarded as the supreme good, albeit emphasized through modest, sustainable pleasures and fostering meaningful connections. Epicureanism employs a hedonistic calculus, assessing actions based on their long-term effects on well-being rather than instant gratification. The worldview is materialistic, positing that the universe operates by natural laws devoid of divine intervention, with no belief in an afterlife. The ultimate aspiration is to live free from the fear of death or divine punishment, achieving a tranquil and fulfilling existence through an understanding of the natural order. 5. Hedonism. Hedonism, attributed to Aristippus of Cyrene as its earliest proponent, advocates for the attainment of happiness through the pursuit of pleasure, prioritizing the maximization of personal pleasure while minimizing pain. Central to hedonistic philosophy is the notion that pleasure serves as the highest good and primary aim of life, urging individuals to direct their actions towards increasing pleasure and reducing pain. Emphasizing immediate gratification and sensory enjoyment, hedonism places value on both physical and mental pleasures. While acknowledging the importance of balance to prevent long-term harm, hedonism adopts a materialistic perspective, focusing on tangible experiences and sensations in the present moment. With minimal emphasis on an afterlife or spiritual concerns, hedonism encourages individuals to relish life to the fullest, prioritizing personal happiness and pleasure above ethical considerations. 6. Hermeticism. Hermeticism, a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices, did not emerge from a single founder. Rather, it evolved over centuries through diverse traditions across the ancient Mediterranean world. Attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a syncretic combination of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth, Hermeticism's overarching goal is to attain gnosis, profound spiritual knowledge, by recognizing one's unity with the divine nous, the ultimate reality. Central concepts like the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, the principle of mentalism, the universe is mental, and the principle of vibration elucidate the cosmic journey towards gnosis. Hermeticism perceives the universe as a living, interconnected whole, underscored by the interplay of spiritual laws and the pursuit of enlightenment. It views the material world as a manifestation of the divine, emphasizing personal spiritual transformation and the soul's ultimate return to the divine source through alchemy, astrology, and theurgy. Hermetic texts, such as the Corpus Hermeticism, were highly influential during the Renaissance, contributing significantly to Western esoteric traditions. 7. Hinduism. Hinduism, a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices, did not emerge from a single founder. Rather, it evolved over millennia through diverse traditions across the Indian subcontinent. Its overarching goal is to attain moksha, liberation from the cycle of samsara, birth, death, and rebirth, by recognizing one's unity with Brahman, the ultimate reality. Central concepts like dharma, righteous duty, karma, law of cause and effect, and samsara elucidate the cosmic journey towards moksha. Atman, the eternal individual soul, seeks union with Brahman, the formless cosmic power permeating the universe. Hinduism perceives the universe as cyclic and interconnected, underscored by the interplay of dharma, karma, and the pursuit of moksha. It views the material world as transient maya and emphasizes spiritual liberation, wherein the soul undergoes multiple reincarnations until achieving moksha and uniting with Brahman. 8. Platonism. Platonism refers to the philosophical teachings and ideas attributed to the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. At the core of Platonism is the concept of the forms or ideas, which are abstract, eternal, and immutable entities that represent the true reality beyond the physical world. Plato posited that the material world is but a mere reflection or imperfect copy of these forms, which exist in a realm beyond the senses. The goal of human existence, according to Platonism, is to attain knowledge of these forms through philosophical inquiry and contemplation, thereby achieving enlightenment and understanding the true nature of reality. Additionally, Platonism emphasizes the importance of virtue, wisdom, and the pursuit of the good as essential elements of a fulfilling and ethical life. 9. Stoicism. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium, offers a path to attain happiness and tranquility through virtue, emphasizing wisdom, self-control, and resilience. Central to Stoic philosophy is the pursuit of virtue, which encompasses wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, leading to a fulfilling life. Concepts like apatheia, emotional equanimity, eudaimonia, flourishing, and the dichotomy of control guide Stoics towards living in harmony with nature and reason. Stoicism perceives the universe as an ordered, rational system governed by divine reason logos, advocating acceptance of fate with equanimity. The goal is to align oneself with the natural order, fostering inner resilience and wisdom, with a focus on virtuous living in the present rather than speculation about an afterlife. 10. Utilitarianism. Utilitarianism, pioneered by Jeremy Bentham, aims to optimize collective happiness and minimize suffering by prioritizing the greatest good for the greatest number of individuals. Central to this philosophy is the concept of utility, where actions are assessed based on their ability to maximize overall happiness and minimize overall suffering. Utilitarianism employs the hedonic calculus to quantify pleasure and pain generated by different actions, ultimately determining their moral worth. Rooted in consequentialism, it holds that the consequences of actions determine their ethical value, emphasizing impartiality in considering each individual's happiness. Utilitarianism is a pragmatic and results-driven philosophy, focusing on tangible outcomes in the present life without a specific metaphysical view. Its core objective is to foster the maximum amount of happiness and the least amount of suffering in the current world, without inherent emphasis on an afterlife. Now let's compare the similarities and differences between each philosophy we discussed with altruism. 11. Altruism vs. Buddhism. Similarities. Altruism and Buddhism share a focus on compassion and ethical behavior aimed at reducing suffering. Altruism emphasizes selflessness, promoting actions that benefit others and prioritize their welfare. Driven by empathy and moral duty, altruism values the collective good and seeks to alleviate suffering, often requiring personal sacrifice for the happiness of others. It stresses the importance of caring for others and contributing positively to society, viewing moral actions as those that enhance the well-being of others. Differences. Buddhism, founded by Siddhartha Gautama the Buddha, also emphasizes compassion and the reduction of suffering, but within a broader spiritual framework. It teaches the principles of the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, guiding individuals to attain enlightenment nirvana by overcoming desire and ignorance. While altruism focuses primarily on selfless actions for others' benefit, Buddhism integrates these actions into a holistic path of personal spiritual development. The key difference is that altruism is primarily outward-looking, emphasizing the well-being of others, while Buddhism balances this with an inward-looking focus on personal enlightenment and liberation from the cycle of suffering. 12. Altruism vs. Existentialism. Similarities. Altruism and existentialism both emphasize individual action and personal responsibility, but they do so from different angles. Altruism focuses on selflessness, encouraging actions that benefit others and prioritize their welfare. Driven by empathy and moral duty, altruism values the collective good and seeks to alleviate suffering, often requiring personal sacrifice for the happiness of others. It emphasizes the importance of caring for others and contributing positively to society, viewing moral actions as those that enhance the well-being of others. Differences. Existentialism, on the other hand, is a philosophical movement that emphasizes individual freedom, choice, and the search for meaning in an inherently meaningless world. Existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus argue that individuals must create their own meaning and values through their actions and decisions. While existentialism focuses on personal authenticity and confronting the absurdity of existence, it does not inherently prescribe actions that benefit others. The key difference lies in their focus. Altruism is outward-looking, prioritizing the needs of others, whereas existentialism is inward-looking, emphasizing personal freedom and the creation of individual meaning. 13. Altruism vs. Epicureanism. Similarities. Altruism and Epicureanism both aim to enhance human well-being, but they approach this goal from different perspectives. Altruism focuses on selflessness, promoting actions that benefit others and prioritize their welfare. Driven by empathy and moral duty, altruism values the collective good and seeks to alleviate suffering, often requiring personal sacrifice for the happiness of others. It emphasizes the importance of caring for others and contributing positively to society, viewing moral actions as those that enhance the well-being of others' communities. Differences. Epicureanism, founded by the philosopher Epicurus, emphasizes the pursuit of personal happiness and tranquility through the avoidance of pain and the cultivation of simple pleasures. While it advocates for personal well-being, it also acknowledges the value of friendships and social harmony as essential components of a happy life. Unlike hedonism, which often seeks immediate gratification, Epicureanism promotes moderation and the long-term pursuit of mental peace. The key difference lies in their focus. Altruism is outward-looking, prioritizing the needs of others, whereas Epicureanism is inward-looking, emphasizing personal contentment and the avoidance of unnecessary desires. 14. Altruism vs. hedonism. Similarities. Altruism and hedonism both concern themselves with human well-being, but they approach it from opposite perspectives. Altruism emphasizes selflessness, encouraging actions that benefit others and prioritize their welfare, driven by empathy and moral duty. It values the collective good and seeks to alleviate suffering, often requiring personal sacrifice for the happiness of others. Differences. In contrast, hedonism focuses on personal pleasure and the pursuit of individual happiness as the highest good. It encourages actions that maximize personal enjoyment and minimize pain. While altruism is outward-looking, prioritizing the needs and well-being of others, hedonism is inward-looking, centering on one's own experiences and desires. This fundamental difference highlights altruism's concern for others' happiness versus hedonism's focus on personal gratification. Despite both aiming to enhance well-being, altruism seeks to do so through selfless acts, whereas hedonism pursues it through personal pleasure. 15. Altruism versus Hermeticism. Similarities. Altruism and Hermeticism share a focus on ethical behavior and the betterment of others. Altruism emphasizes selflessness and actions that benefit society, driven by empathy and a moral duty to help others. Hermeticism, a spiritual and philosophical tradition rooted in ancient texts attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, also values ethical living and the pursuit of knowledge to uplift oneself and others. Both philosophies advocate for personal growth and the positive impact of one's actions on the broader community. Differences. However, their foundational approaches differ significantly. Altruism is primarily concerned with the practical impact on others' well-being, often secular and action-oriented. Hermeticism, on the other hand, focuses on esoteric knowledge, spiritual enlightenment, and the interconnectedness of all things. It emphasizes personal transformation through understanding universal laws and the mysteries of existence. While altruism is driven by empathy and immediate practical outcomes, Hermeticism seeks to achieve a deeper spiritual awakening and harmony with the cosmos. 16. Altruism vs. Hinduism. Similarities. Altruism and Hinduism both emphasize ethical behavior and the well-being of others. Altruism focuses on selflessness and actions that benefit others, driven by empathy and a desire to alleviate suffering. Hinduism, a complex and ancient religion, also values compassion, duty dharma, and the interconnectedness of all life. Many Hindu teachings, such as those in the Bhagavad Gita, encourage individuals to perform selfless actions, karma yoga, and to serve others as a path to spiritual growth and fulfillment. Differences. However, altruism and Hinduism differ in their foundational philosophies and broader objectives. Altruism is primarily concerned with the immediate impact on others' well-being and is often secular in nature, emphasizing moral actions for the sake of others' happiness. In contrast, Hinduism encompasses a wide range of beliefs and practices, including concepts of karma, reincarnation, and moksha liberation from the cycle of rebirth. While altruistic actions are part of Hindu ethical practice, they are often framed within a larger spiritual context that seeks to balance personal duty, spiritual progress, and ultimate liberation. This distinction highlights altruism's focus on practical, worldly benefits for others, whereas Hinduism integrates altruistic behavior within a comprehensive spiritual and metaphysical framework. 17. Altruism vs. Platonism. Similarities. Altruism and Platonism share a commitment to moral ideals and virtuous living. Both philosophies emphasize the importance of acting ethically and striving for a higher good. Altruism focuses on the welfare of others, encouraging selflessness and actions that benefit society. Similarly, Platonism, rooted in the teachings of Plato, advocates for the pursuit of justice, truth, and the good, guiding individuals to act in ways that align with these transcendent principles. Differences. Despite these commonalities, altruism and Platonism diverge in their foundational approaches and objectives. Altruism is primarily concerned with the practical impact on others' well-being, driven by empathy and a desire to alleviate suffering. In contrast, Platonism is grounded in a metaphysical framework that seeks to understand and align with the eternal forms, particularly the form of the good. While altruism is action-oriented and focused on tangible outcomes, Platonism is more contemplative, emphasizing the pursuit of knowledge and the alignment of the soul with higher truths. This distinction highlights altruism's practical concern for others' welfare versus Platonism's philosophical quest for understanding and embodying universal ideals. 18. Altruism vs. Stoicism. Similarities. Altruism and Stoicism share common ground in their moral emphasis and commitment to ethical living. Both philosophies encourage individuals to act virtuously and consider the well-being of others. Altruism and Stoicism value self-control and the regulation of personal desires to achieve higher moral goals, promoting behavior that benefits society and aligns with virtuous principles. Differences. Despite these similarities, altruism and Stoicism differ significantly in their approaches and motivations. Altruism centers on the welfare of others and often involves self-sacrifice driven by empathy and compassion. In contrast, Stoicism focuses on personal virtue, wisdom, and the pursuit of inner tranquility, emphasizing rationality and self-discipline. Altruistic actions aim to help others, sometimes at personal cost, while Stoic decisions are based on reason and acceptance of external circumstances without complaint. Altruism is rooted in the moral duty to alleviate suffering, whereas Stoicism is grounded in ancient Greek philosophy, advocating for emotional resilience and alignment with nature's order. 19. Altruism vs. Utilitarianism. Similarities. Altruism and utilitarianism share several key similarities, particularly in their moral foundations and emphasis on ethical behavior. Both philosophies encourage actions that promote the welfare of others and prioritize selflessness. Altruism and utilitarianism also share a consequentialist perspective, focusing on the outcomes of actions to determine their moral worth. This common ground underscores a commitment to considering the well-being of others in decision-making processes. Differences. Despite these similarities, altruism and utilitarianism differ significantly in scope, motivation, and decision-making approaches. Altruism is primarily concerned with the welfare of others and often involves self-sacrifice without regard for personal gain. In contrast, utilitarianism seeks to maximize overall happiness or utility, including the actor's well-being. Altruistic actions are driven by genuine concern and empathy for others, while utilitarianism relies on a cost-benefit analysis to achieve the greatest good for the greatest number. These distinctions highlight the unique philosophical bases of each, with altruism rooted in moral duty and compassion, and utilitarianism grounded in a systematic framework of utility calculation.